were, they came across, covered wagon.
So your grandmother that lived with you when you were young?
I thought that was my understanding, that she was young, real young.
And they came over from Europe when she was young?
Well, I don't know if she came. I don't know whether she was born here, or I just can't put that quite all together. That's why I wanted to have more time to think on some of these
you can
things.
think about that, and then we can go back to it.
I don't know whether I could even put it together all, but all I know is that she said that she came across in the covered wagon and lived in Storm Lake or around in Iowa somewhere. I don't know, but then somehow they got up in the northeast part of Iowa. But my mother's folks lived back there in the northeast part of Iowa and on a farm. All of my parents,
They were all farmers.
they were all farmers. And my mother grew up on the farms. And I can remember going to visit them after your grandpa and I were married, and they were still on the farm, and he was still alive. But as the years went on, she passed away, and he came to live with my folks after we were married. But I remember when we'd go up to visit the folks, why, he'd be there, and we'd see him, and,
Who would be there?
my grandfather, my mother's father,
Okay.
because he came to live with him after his wife.
What was his name?
John. His name was John.
John Windsor?
No. That's on my father's side.
Right. So
And it's my mother's side that I'm talking about. And he was John Schulteis.
John Schulteis. That's German.
And I can't definitely give you the name of my mother's mother. I just can't bring that name to mind. So, but that's just more or less, I can remember when your dad and Carol were small, we'd go to visit Grandma and Grandpa Schulteis in Osage, I believe it was, that we went to visit them. They lived in town then, and he worked in something at the church, was what he was doing, I remember. And so I guess that gives us a little background on would be your great grandparents.
Wow.
Because it would be my generation, or my folks' generation, and my generation, and your dad's generation, and now you are the next generation. So that's the way that is. So let's stop.
Okay.